Hi lovely people, and welcome back once again to my channel, Tacti for Use channel. I hope you are all doing great. You are staying at home, protecting yourself and protecting others. At this time, we don't need to be selfish, guys. We need to follow all the instructions given us and then stay home as much as we can. So guys, today I'm going to share with you guys how I make my TUO ZAAFI. I was taught this by my very own auntie. May her soul rest in peace. She died. Mama Hajara, may your soul rest in peace. I pray that God protect you wherever you are, and I know you are watching over us all right here. So I'm going to share with you how I make this amazing, guys. It's a no fail. If you have always failed making TZ, your stews don't come out right, your TZ don't come out right, don't worry, just stay tuned, and then this will be the deal. It's very easy to make, and guys, you are going to love it. And I'll leave everything that I use in this recipe in the descriptive box below. So here I started by steaming my meat. So what I'm using cow tripes, that is your and then goat's meat. That is all that I'm using. You can use more if you have. So what I just added in is blended mixture of ginger, garlic, onions, anise, rosemary, and black pepper, and then I added in some all-purpose seasoning. Then I just stirred everything together. I added salt earlier to it before I added all those spices to it. So here what I'm doing now is that I'm frying my tomatoes and onions for the stew. Yeah, so I'm frying my tomatoes and onions for the stew. Guys, you will love this. Try it. So here it's all done, and then I went ahead to make my green soup whilst I'm steaming my meat. It's still on fire. So what I have in there is some poku tuna. You can use cassava, herring, smoke fish, but there has to be something in there. Or if you don't have any of them and you have the powdered one, you can use it. So I just added in some pepper, chopped onions, and then that is my dawa that I just added in to it. So, and then I added a little bit of salt to it. So I'm going to, the way that woman makes it, she will make the soup as if you don't even add the stew to it, your soup, it's always good to eat with your cheese. So that is what I'm doing. So I try to just steam it a little bit. So right now it's all done, and what I just added in is my blended okra. So I blended my okra. I'm adding okra to the jute leaf. That is the jute leaf is the ayoyo, because my ayoyo was small. But if you are where you can get a lot of ayoyo, like you are in Ghana, you can get ayoyo. You can only use ayoyo. But if you don't have a lot of ayoyo, you can always add okra to it, but make sure you blend it. And I don't have the broom, so I always blend everything. And what I added in was my salt petre. That is a can. I soaked it in water. That is what the woman always do. You soak it in water so that you will just drain it, and then the sand will be left out. You don't have to add it. So I just added my okra in, and then I added my salt petre in. So right now my beef is all ready. And guys, here I just cooked the okra for about 5 minutes before I went in for to add my jute leaf, that is the ayoyo, and I blended the ayoyo too, because I don't have the broom to do it afterwards. So that is it. I just added ayoyo, and I keep on stirring. We are just going to cook this for about additional 8 minutes, and then our soup is done. Don't have to overcook your greens, then it will be done. So guys, just look at how slimy it is, and I'm telling you, this soup was everything. It's so yummy. So here I started making my stew, and my oil is on fire, and I always add bay leaf to my oil because over here the oil, they don't taste really good if you don't make it at home or you don't get it from your palm nut soup that you make. So I always try to add bay leaf to give it a little bit of taste. So I added in about 3 tablespoons of tomato paste, and then I fried it for about 8 minutes for it to be fried. And what I just added in some blended pepper, garlic, onions, and ginger. That is what I just added in. So we're just going to fry this for about 10 minutes. Then we add in our blended tomatoes. This is the tomato and the onion that I blended. I was frying earlier, so I just added that one in, guys, and just look at it. So here we are going to cook our stew on a medium heat. Make sure you stir it frequently. And so I added in the stock from the beef that we cooked. I added in the stock from the beef that we cooked, and then I cooked it for about 10 minutes, and then I went ahead and added in my beef to it, guys. You have to add in the beef so that the stew, everybody will just extract the goodness from each of them. The stew is extracting the goodness from the beef, and the meat in there is extracting the goodness from the stew. So guys, this is it. And watch it, stew don't have to be too thick. It don't have to be too thick. So this is it. You will see that when it's almost done, the oil will start to come up. But make sure that at this time you taste for salt, taste for your seasoning, and see if it's okay. So here on the other side, I was preparing my TZ. So you put water on the fire for it to boil. When it starts boiling, then you add in you make your porridge. So how you make the porridge is that I'm using 2 cups of corn flour to 1 cup of cassava flour. So in that, I divided the corn flour into 2. So I'm using 1 cup of corn flour to make the porridge. So what you do is that you just add water to the part that you are going to use for the porridge, and then you pour it inside the boiling water. Make sure that you stir it very frequently to prevent any lumps. So here I covered the porridge for it to boil, and now I'm taking part of the porridge, like I'm dividing it into 2, and then I'll set part aside, and then we will start adding in the flour, the 1 cup of flour and the 1 cup of cassava flour. So that is what I showed you. I mixed it together. Make sure that you mix both in a bowl. So you add it into the porridge little by little, and make sure that you stir it in one direction. Let's say that you started stirring it in clockwise direction. You go on stirring it in clockwise direction. In that way, the woman told me that it prevents it from creating lumps. So if you are stirring in clockwise direction, go on that direction. If you are doing it in anti-clockwise, you go in that direction at a time. So you don't go like you go this way and that way at the same time. That won't be good. So that is what I'm doing. You add it little by little, and then you just stir it very well. And what I also learned is that you have to sometimes go fast. When you go fast stirring it, it helps prevent like break down all the lumps in it. So you go in a very fast direction, in a very fast speed at a time. Don't bother about the mix. I'm making, that is how it's done. TZ, you always make a mess, and I'm telling you, like, this is realistic cooking. You don't have to fake anything, guys. This is it. So as you add in the flour to it, try as much as possible, like once in a while you go on a faster speed in like stirring it. That way, like, it will try to break all the lumps in it. And try, like, when it gets tougher, you then add some of the porridge that you set aside, because TZ is like, it's not like banku. The texture have to be very soft, and then that is what makes it DIEHUO. So we are making DIEHUO, and DIEHUO is very soft, guys. So you see, just stir it in one direction at a time, and then once a while then you go on the faster speed. And guys, if you get out, like you go out of the porridge, feel free to add hot water to it. It will work fine, but do not add any cold water. So this is it. Just look at the texture. It's so soft, and at this time, like, it's all done. Teaser doesn't take a lot of time to get ready. So we are all done here, guys. Just look at it. Just look at it. So beautiful. So here we checked on our stew, and our stew, it's getting ready. You can see that the oil is starting to come up in our stew. And guys, this is it. TZ stew don't have to be thick. It's not thick, like it don't have to be watery too much, and it don't have to be thick, just like that. So here we are with our stew, guys. Just look at the stew. You see, when it's ready, now the oil is up, so the stew is ready, and just look at it. It's just perfect, and everything is complete. Now we are done with our soup, the stew, and the TZ is also done. So thank you guys so much for watching, and God bless you. I hope you give this a try. And guys, if you haven't tried eating TZ with eggs before, try it. And then you have some fresh onions on the side, and some pepper, ground pepper with ginger on the side, guys. You will just thank me later. So I will leave everything in the descriptive box below. Ingredients for the stew, for the green soup, and for the TZ, everything in the descriptive box below. So please do well to check. Now I'll leave a little note on each and every one of them. So thank you guys so much. So it was all served, and this is my portion that I'm going to eat, guys. Just look at it. Thank you guys so much. God bless you. Please stay safe. Save yourself, save others. Don't be selfish at this time. At this time, you have to love yourself and love your neighbor as yourself. Bye bye, and stay safe.